What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Bob Arum, Terence Crawford, Daniel Kinahan, and Stephen Espinosa. I just received this video from Boxing Ego. Boxing Ego is made a video about a possible connection with Terence Crawford and Daniel Kinahan. Okay. Yesterday, Bob Arum was a host on a guest on Barbershop Conversations, and he said that Terence Crawford received money from Daniel Kinahan as an advisor. Okay, and Stephen Espinosa said that if there is no Daniel Kinahan problem, therefore we have a fight. But if there is a Kinahan involvement or a problem, that it's a deal breaker, okay? And then since you hear Daniel Kinahan, Stephen Espinosa say that, we heard what Bob Arum said on top of what he's saying. You know, it just tells me that a lot of these channels, Bob Arum, don't want to see Terence Crawford fight Errol Spence. Okay, that's all I see. We know for reasons why Bob Arum wouldn't, because Bob Arum is not involved. He's not involved because Terence Crawford got rid of him. You know, he got rid of him. He's like, you know what? You couldn't get me the fight that I wanted, so guess what? I'm leaving you, and I think you're a racist. Right? So I'm getting rid of you. That's what happened with those two guys. They split up, and of course, Bob Arum is older, so things are not about money anymore. It's about personal vendettas, and, you know, the business arrangements are more personal now. I'd never fight on the zone. I'll never make the Mikey Garcia-Lomachenko fight. You know, it's a lot of people that he has problems with. Floyd Mayweather was a fight of mine. I'm not giving him $20 million. He's not worth it. Those type of things. Andy Ruiz is a bum. Anthony Joshua is a bum. Right? He has his vendettas. He has his picks. He has his chooses. He has his targeted people. And Terence Crawford is his targeted person, his new target. Okay? That's all I see from that situation based on what Bob Arum said, and as well as the video on Boxing Ego, like, hey, you guys heard that was a deal breaker from Stephen Espinosa. So because of Terence Crawford's decision, it could put this fight in shambles. I think here's the thing. I think you should be really looking at the idea, not because Terence Crawford had an advisor for Daniel Kinahan. No, because a lot of people were involved with Daniel Kinahan, including Bob Arum, including Tyson Fury, including Tommy Fury, including Billy Joe fucking Saunders, including a lot of fighters. Okay, that's what he did. He put together the Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua fight once upon a time. Now, I understand people wanting to back away from Daniel Kinahan because he's wanted. That's why a lot of people can't even travel over here. That's not from here. I get it. But don't be sitting low-key trying to parade fucking and clap and high-five and chest bump because this fight's not happening because of something Bob Arum is trying to say that's trying to cut this fight off or trying to put a screeching halt to the progress of making this fight. That's all Bob Arum's doing. Okay, so hearing Bob Arum say that, he's trying to get word to Stephen Espinosa that fight can't happen because of Daniel Kinahan. He has a word, he has involvement, Terence Crawford does, with Daniel. You can't have a fight with a criminal. That's what's happening. And I've seen other channels like Kinahan, so I'm looking at this as, you know, somewhat of an LDBC thing. They're reporting it because I think some of these guys are low-key happy that that fight's not getting made or not getting made right now. Here's the thing. If that's going to be a deal breaker, well, we need to stop this right now. But obviously, it's not a deal breaker because we haven't heard Stephen Espinosa say anything regarding Bob fucking Arum. Okay? Bob Arum is just doing what Bob Arum does. Okay? He used to have all the talent in the world. When he loses that talent, he starts hating and shitting on that talent. They're no good. They're not. They're bums. They're whatever. right? So, and really he stops promoting those fighters anyway. Okay. But as far as that goes, Bob Arum is just hating on Terence Crawford because Terence Crawford is another fighter, another elite fighter, Hall of Fame fighter that left him. Okay. And for good reason. Everybody you've known that has been a name has left Bob Arum, except for Vasily Lomachenko. But everybody else, Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, Mikey Garcia, Terence Crawford, Manny Pacquiao, all these guys have left Bob. You think they just left Bob because he was just this fucking spectacular? No. He couldn't either supply the fights that they needed or they wanted, or the money that they needed or they wanted. One of the two. Respect may have somewhat to do with it with certain fighters like Terence Crawford, but no. They left Bob Arum. So Bob Arum is like, fuck them. They won't make it without me. I've made them who they are. Guess what? I'm bitter. So let me do some bitter shit. Okay? And I know that a lot of these LDBC channels are pro LDBC channels. Not all of them, but most of them. They don't want to see that damn fight. They don't want to see Terence Crawford take on Errol Spence, because once Errol Spence goes, that's just like Wilder falling. Remember when Deontay Wilder fell from fucking grace? Everybody went hush hush. Everybody was in shock. Everybody was in a temporary panic. Why? Everybody's narrative changed. Why? Because because Deontay Wilder got beat. So if Errol Spence gets beat like that, okay, then they won't have that big guy to talk about. Then everybody, I guess, then will leave Errol Spence the hell alone and move to Gervonta Tank Davis. Okay, so they have to migrate to another somewhat hero that has never been defeated, similar to Floyd, Money Mayweather. Okay, but anyway, you guys tell me what you think of a possible stoppage of negotiations due to the fact that Terence Crawford supposedly, allegedly had ties to Daniel Kinahan. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been counterpunching. Peace!